Kid, don't blink if you're buying. Welcome to our show. Continuing walk with having a wonderful day on this 18th August 2025. We have a nature corner today. We have a lot to do. And it's going to be special. Going to have this normal one. I'm going to be filming some streaming. And I'm going to go get some chicken wings. Fried chicken, which is KFC. So I'm super excited. And this is pretty much it. So enjoy. Dublin, guess you're waiting. Welcome to the show. Because you guys doing well, because I'm having a wonderful day on this gorgeous, and I do mean gorgeous, 18th of August 2025. Today we're tasting a giant freaking bottle. Look at the size of this thing. Look at this thing. It's a 2 liters, but it feels like way more than 2 liters. Holy crap. We are tasting Squirt El de Toronjo Hitase. El de Toronjo, I'm thinking is juice of lemon. Yeah, there's only in Spanish, so this is super nice. Dibujo ilustrado al sabor, exceso caloriza, exceso azúcar. So what they're saying is there's a lot of calories and there's a lot of sugar in there, which we love. Grapefruit subject. Oh, it's a grapefruit. Okay, I thought it was lemon. I thought it was maybe lime. This is the color, which is why we bought it. Now I'm gonna be downing this twice today because we're gonna go get some KFC to celebrate 700 followers. So the goal is to down this and then I'm gonna go to the store and fill it up with soft drinks. Yeah. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Ready? Na zdrowie. Try to keep it under 3 minutes and we can do it short. It's really nice outside. It's really cold. This is cold. It's not that great. The taste is phenomenal though. The way you're holding it is so weird because it's so thin. It's really nice. Listen, it does really taste citrusy. It is so cool. And if you didn't tell me that was grapefruit, I wouldn't know. I would say this tastes like a weird lemon. There is that really nice grapefruit flavor at the end, aftertaste, which is really nice. There's a lot of sugar, there's a lot of carbohydrate. So you just have to shake it a little bit, and then they hear all the bubble goes up. So the flavor is really nice, the texture is really nice. Texture is, you think that grapefruit is really sour, but it's actually very sweet because they put in a lot of sugar in there, which is really nice. The flavor is like I would imagine just on a warm day. And the fact that is a product from a different country is also super nice. To me, sadly, this is better than 7 Up. This is better than Price. Yeah. It's really good. There's just normal taste of soda, which we adore. I don't know. There's something that just about it that is really pleasing to the taste bud. I think that's the sugar. I think there's calorie also. But it's really pleasing to the taste bud. So yeah, this is delightful. Really nice. Definitely recommend. Fuitases Squirt El de Toranjo. This is unbelievable. This is a sad thing because I would have never tasted this if it wasn't for a um, a taste test. Refresco sabor toronja. Refresco, which is refreshment. Sabor, which is flavored. Um, sounded weird. Even the this is from another country. Even my births are from another country. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Listen, I'm a soft drink fan. However, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. If it, I believe it's the issue with Pepsi and Coca-Cola is they're really good. If you don't drink them every single day, they're kind of boring. 7 Up is kind of boring. So this and it's very, very flavorful. Looking for a photo. And you have the one I mentioned previously. So yeah, huge W. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Okay, so now what I want to do is that Storm Guardian skin. Super nice. My apologies. 268. 32. Whoop. Like here's that. I think I saw you in my arms, darling. Don't blink, it's your boy Yink. Good commercial. It's doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 18th August 2025. Sorry for no video today. We had another shift. So this is a second life update. We did one yesterday. This is just a like I said in the first part of the video. This is just a way of me to come in, talk about my life a little bit. Listen, I'm not gonna make some every single day, but it's cool because right here you can see that it's kind of sunny. You can kind of see that I'm cold. Like, dude, what the heck? Well, autumn is happening in August, so it's coming actually really fast. Like for example, today it is 14 degrees out, which is really freaking nice. So I wanted to come in because I thought about yesterday and how a bit negative it was. Now, we had a fight with my mom, with my father last week. So the two kind of role model I still have at 32 years old. Um, I'm close to my parents, so of course you're gonna be my role model. Of course I care about what they're saying, right? Um, I feel like the life update was a bit more negative yesterday. And listen, it's not that big of a deal because you got some good days, you got some bad days, but I didn't feel like I was doing justice to what I was doing. Also, since this is a very special video, this is also going to be including the intro of the day. Um, the reason as to why we're doing that is because the life update and the intro of the day is kind of similar to me because we're doing this every single day. So, um, most likely because I forgot to do the intro. And if I do this video and the intro, I gotta repeat myself. And I don't like repeating myself even though I talk a lot, which is a weird thing, but hey. So, before we start, I got a couple of apologies to do. Sorry if lately I feel like I'm in a kind of a mood. Um, Life is just facing a standpoint. Just a small thing. Okay, just a small thing. Um, and I want to add that to the whole thing. Maybe the last time I talked about the fight about the being called lazy, blah 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 blah. You guys heard 7 videos about it, 7, 8 videos, 8, 9 videos on it. It's enough. Okay. However, I feel like I have to implement some information that you guys didn't have. Um, of course, I'm looking for work. Of course, I'm having CVs. But the plan for now, a month, has been the same. Now, when I'm saying a month, maybe a month and a half, I have no clue as to the exact date. Um, I was called by the government saying, "Hey, I'd like to offer you information because you worked before, so we will give you reformation and in a job of your choice." Now, a job of your choice is also the job that offered this program. So if it's a job like, for example, doctor, they will not give you a salary for learning that formation. It is it is a incentive to people to work. The formation has been the main focus. So being called lazy and being told that you're not doing anything when I am meeting a governmental worker every single week, did I did I never ask her because she knows that nothing. She's not a she's a consultant, but she's not a it's cold today. She's a consultant. She's not a what you call it? Counseling. Yeah. Counseling. Consult. Is that the same thing? I feel like it's the same thing. She won't guide me and what information should be mine, and what could be positive thing for me, what would be realistic for me. I'm not gonna become an astronaut, I know that, but it doesn't mean I'll never work for NASA. I want to work for NASA. No, it's an example, dude. Chill. Today we're drinking Gitasse Squirt El de Toronjo because we're having the 700 follower celebration today. So it's gonna be freaking nice. It's gonna be pretty cool and I am kind of excited for it. I am super excited for it. So, coming back to subject, I have been meeting, and I haven't met the person who's gonna give me the list of course available to me. We're not gonna be looking at the list of course yet. It's been a month. It's been a month I've been waiting for that, and I'm asking, but like at the same time, and I mentioned this in the video, so I gotta force the system, you know. So yes, it bugged me. Now coming in, I want to also apologize for the chicken, the KFC chicken. Now I know what you're saying. What the heck are you talking about? I have to finish this before 4:30 because at 4:30 we're leaving to get the chicken. We're gonna go on our bike. Why? And we're gonna fill up with this with soft drink at the store. It's kind of cool. Okay. Why haven't we done the chicken? I'll be completely honest. Busy. Friday, I was okay. So we reached the 700 followers Friday, last Friday. Today is Monday. I'm at 708 followers. So, um, we reached it last Friday. Friday, I had to see my father for the government. I was like, okay, well, I can't do the chicken. Saturday, Saturday we had the event, which is Les Fêtes de la Chine. Okay. Today, um, yesterday, Sunday would have been the perfect date. The plan was to do it the the plan was to do it Sunday. However, something happened. Something that happened was really simple. It was raining outside. Now, I could have taken the bus, absolutely. But I wanted to go with my bike because it's better for you guys, better for me. It's more healthy for me. More we're gonna get the chicken, and yes, the weight class starts tomorrow. Technically speaking, um, it's complex, you know, because the store closed at 5. It stopped raining at 4:30, around 4:30. So I didn't have time to get them. And besides, I'm gonna tell you a secret. A fast food place like that, you never go when they're open, and you never go when they're closing. And you realize the rush. If the rush is at 7 o'clock in the morning for McDonald's, and at 11 o'clock for McDonald's, you go at around 9 o'clock, halfway there. Why? In the morning, they're gonna be prepping. They're gonna be prepping a lot, so they're not gonna be as ready for your order. When it's a rush, you're gonna wait a long time. And when it's a closing time, you're not gonna be ready because okay, so you do like this: you do opening, middle, which is the rush, and then you do close. And the close will try to finish what they have. So, for example, for fried chicken, they'll give you old pieces instead of newer pieces. That's pretty much it. So you go a little bit before uh, the storm. The calm before the storm, you go by during the calm before the storm. Now, I'm gonna do today because as you can see, the weather is beautiful, but it's kind of crazy because this comes at the bittersweet. First of all, we got the bike. The bike is working really well. I am ready. I am willing. I am so stoked, and I do mean so stoked to start the weight loss journey. However, with today's weather, yesterday weather, it makes me realize that it's already autumn. I wanted to do a little bit during the summer because it's just better. It's just nicer out there. We still have some great weeks, so there's still this position for there's still this position for um like there's something I would like to do more, you know. So here how it is, okay? And this is gonna be complex, but you're gonna understand. Every single video that I do, okay, we're putting the date in between because every day is the same. I wake up, I make videos, I stream, I make videos, I stream, I make videos. I go to sleep, I come back the next day, you know. So in this case, like for example, yesterday and this morning are different because we worked. Yesterday we did it 8 hours, and today we did it 4 hours. Which is nice because me and the guy last week I kind of told him fuck you because I don't know something that he did it behind the scenes that I didn't like, where he called the company that was interested in getting me, but he said no, he's working for another company, so he could keep me. Why he wanted to keep me? Because when I work, he makes a salary out of my pocket. That's pretty much it. So that's why he has an incentive, which is actually a pretty sad thing. But he has an incentive to. Are you still recording? You're still recording. Nice. He has an incentive to. I'm gonna show you something that's kind of crazy. You're seeing this application. It's a different application than what it is. You got the number of gigs that you have free, which is kind of cool. You see the time. You see the time in the application. This is super nice. Why? Because the phone and has a good application for that. Now, it looks caca, but I cannot do anything. I still don't have my phone. It's Monday, and I still don't have the phone. So this is kind of like a little bit of a mess. But hey, what are we supposed to do? I was supposed to do the demand the fourth is the 18th, and it's not treated yet. So yeah. So during the summer, in case I was saying, um, yesterday and today were a bit special because I work. Otherwise, I'm always doing the same thing. So that's why I did this the day before every single video. That way we don't go insane with how it looks. But even though we're saying the date, it's only date. It's not meaningful. It's not meaningful. For example, um, when you go to work, and this is kind of important too. But when you go to work, right, you go from Monday to Friday. So Monday's gonna be treated as a Mondays. Tuesday's gonna be treated as a Tuesday. Monday sucks. Wednesday's gonna be treated as a Wednesday. Wednesday's weird because Wednesday's the middle. Thursday, okay, we kind of think about the weekend. Friday is the best day, right? So you treat Monday as a Monday, Tuesday as a Tuesday, till Friday as a Friday. When you're doing what I'm doing, even if it's Saturday, you treat that as a Monday because you know they're gonna be working the next day, not you're gonna be working the day after. Instead, you should treat it as a Wednesday because you have worked a little bit before, and you know that there's a lot of work to do till the end. So it's a Wednesday, but every single day is a Wednesday. Does it make sense? Not really, huh? Is it supposed to make sense? Absolutely. But if you don't understand it makes sense, isn't a isn't my problem to be honest. Um, so the seasons are a very good way of saying, holy shit, time is moving on. For example, I still remember this winter and what we did this winter. I still remember last summer, what we did last summer. I'll be honest and say spring and autumn are a bit are a bit um, they're a bit blended to be honest with summer and winter. But yes, I do remember what we did, but it's a bit blurrier. It's more blurry than anything else because are you treating summer as summer? Yes. Are you treating autumn as autumn? Yes. It's nuts because summer you'll treat as summer because it's really warm, and winter you'll treat as winter because it's really cold. I think about countries like for example, right now we're drinking a product from. I forgot to tell you where it's from. Shit. Santa Fe. Forgot we had in Mexico. I forgot to tell you where it's from. Damn. So we're having products from Mexico, and it would feel bad to not have this season, this fourth season, because everything will be exactly the same. There's rain season, the monsoon season, but no. Monsoon season I learned from Lost. But then again, I'm used to four seasons, so possibly normal. Did I lose my stomach? Yes. I was supposed to do a lot more of. We do outdoors, but at the same time, we work. That was really nice. That was really nice. Um, Now for the update. We'll do 700 tomorrow. Um, we're starting our weight loss journey. As I mentioned before, I am gonna yes, pay homage, but it's in a politically correct way. I'm gonna copy Rich Piano. So we're gonna copy him, but in an exactly different way. So we'll do a 2 months just like he did of Taylor Day. His is bigger by the day. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna watch his videos and I'm gonna react to it. His videos are about 4 minutes each, right? And it's kind of cool because we're gonna be reacting to that. We're gonna be reacting every single day, and then we'll do the sound select. If I don't have problem. So if he copyright strike me or whatever, I'll do it. It's funny. It's funny because I could also do like a mukbang losing weight. That would be funny as fuck. That would be funny as fuck. Because you would do like a somebody gaining weight while you watch them lose weight. No, no, no. You're losing weight while you're watching somebody gain weight. Quite contradictory. Then that's the idea behind the channel. Quite contradictory, you know? So we just been doing a lot. Now for today's plan, again, gonna make some videos. We finished working, it was 1:45. So it's not that bad too. It's not that bad. I was saying it's weirdly working right now because we had last week. Like I said, I had an argument with the guy, and now he calls me, and it's cold because I need the paycheck, but he needs me, and the relationship isn't great. So, you know. And if I'm starting to complain, right? Friday, me and my brother had an argument. I think Friday, me and my brother had an argument, and Saturday I had an argument with my mom. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's kind of nuts when you think about it. Yesterday, still managed to do 7 hours of streaming, but I went to sleep at 9 o'clock. I was exhausted because of the work, you know. So, I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. 7 hours streaming, plus the work. Holy shit! But I managed that. I don't even know how much I worked. No wonder I was exhausted. Um, so, and my father, yeah, my father on Friday. I don't want to text him the weekend. He didn't text me the weekend. Took your place. I'm gonna text my place. And it's nice because today he texts me. And it's not nice because today he texts me because he's alone. He feels alone. And that's a good choices. Oh, by the way, my mom's birthday's in 2 days. Today's the 18th, 19th tomorrow, and happy birthday, my mom. Happy birthday, my mom. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, Mona. You are the best. Yeah. So that's pretty much today. We're gonna go around 4:30. The store closed at 6 o'clock, so I wanna get there by 5. By 5, if I can get there by 5, I'll be okay. I'll be in a good position, and that is pretty much it. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink if you're buying. We'll go their show. Doing well because they're having a wonderful day on this 18th of August. Today, I want to come back on the 700 videos, 100 followers on YouTube video. I did a short, I did a long, so why am I doing a third one? I noticed a lot of changes on the YouTube. I'm getting a lot more comments. And um, it's amazing because, how can I say this? We're celebrating again. And it's a perfect time to do it today because today we're having a 700 followers feast. It's gonna be KFC. Gonna have some plan for that, which is gonna be cool. But the reason why I want to do this video is because I prefer the YouTube to. I'm talking about on Instagram. I'm on for DMs. I check my DMs. TikTok I'm there because you guys are there, and on Twitch it's because I'm gaming. Um, TikTok I also like it because we can do some live TikTok live, and it is absolutely flawless because and it's flawless because I have two different community. I have the community on Twitch, which is non-existent. I have the community on TikTok, and I have the community on YouTube. And you would think that they're both the same, but they're not. They're not, and that's to me that's insane. I'm getting next to no hate comments. I'm getting a lot of comments. Like for example, today I got 4 comments, which for a new channel is kind of nice. Which is why it's growing faster. The comments are algorithm. They're pushing the algorithm. They're pushing your videos out. So for example, we reached 700 Friday, and I'm gonna be reaching 710 tomorrow, which is kind of crazy because today is Monday, by the way. So yeah, so I wanted to come in and say, see, I'm watching a lot of YouTube again. And I'm watching a lot of local Universal LCU. And it's weird because I'm seeing somebody like Bookie, who's sitting on a bunch of followers. Seeing somebody like GSP that I've been following for years, sitting on a bunch of followers. But when you look at their comments and their views, they're not great. So they're 700 followers. And again, I'm gonna sound so ungrateful. But that's not the problem here. I'm super grateful for you guys. But when I see the views, when I see the comments, I'm like, fuck. I already have a dead community. A dead community is what? A dead community is when you have numbers but they don't show up. Those are people that are not right. Those are people that aren't watching YouTube. Those are people that are not doing X, Y, Z, right? And it's okay because life gets busy. See, in my case, which is a blessing, my demographic, because you do see the demographics. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. We got the. Oh, this is huge. The auto pick perk is done. Auto pick perk is done. Give me a sec, guys. Well, this was supposed to be a short. It's not gonna be a short. Auto pick perk. Yes. Cool. Wait a second. How many is there? There's 22 auto pick perk. Damn. 32 level. So do that. No problem. Yeah, this is huge. This is huge. Now the problem is I don't know if it's finished. No, so one of them is done. Why didn't you continue? Oh, this is bullshit. I was lost. Why aren't you allowing me to? Well, then I'm gonna allow it. But this is huge. We just finished something new on the power, which is on the perk, which is I'm gonna reach something and gonna become something better. What I was saying here is um, that means we finished one there too, which is also important. What I was trying to say before I interrupted myself, um, it's kind of nuts because my demographics is in between. I do check that because I'm not a okay. So I think to be a good content creator, it's important to know your demographic, or to know your stats. It's important to know what time to upload, right? Do I know this stuff? No. Am I a complete number nerd? No. But I do like some of the demographics. So for example, I know that my bigger demographic is from 24 to 35. The 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 craziest thing with 24 to 35 that it's my age. So people that are possibly going through what I've been through, or people that are going through what I'm going through. For example, I could do a Kingdom Hearts video, and people don't care about Kingdom Hearts, but they care about the second game and the first game, so they would get that, which is amazing. Next on the list, next on the list of things that I have to talk about is that 24 to 35 are also male. I got 60, which is kind of good. I think I got 64% male and 36 female, or women. I don't know why. I don't mind calling a guy a male, but a female I feel like it's a bit disrespectful. Is it I don't know why. But yeah, so to me it's a bit odd that it said female. So 24% of women. My apologies. 36% because it's 64 male. I'm confused. I'm confusing and I'm confused. Um, but they're my age. At that age, they're also forming family. They get more busy with their work, So it's normal that it's a bit. For example, someone that used to follow me or used to watch the video 6 months ago had a new baby. They're not gonna watch YouTube videos. So that's pretty much it. So it's I was afraid because in the 700. it could be a dead channel already, you know. And for the algorithm, there's nothing worse than a channel sitting on a lot of followers, but not getting the views, because like you guys are doing something wrong, and then they'll check your account to see if there's bot that follows you. Because it's not normal that you have a bigger account, but you have no engagement. Nice. It was disgusting, but that was also nice. So yeah, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, holy shit. Not good, but the fact that we have a lot of new comments, it's kind of cool because it's interaction. And to me, like, it's odd because I don't know how true that is. But to me, when I watch a video, okay, that's the truth. Here's the truth again. I'm gonna be watching the number of followers. I'm gonna be watching the number of views. If it's a lot of followers and a lot of views, the video is good. The video is good, and the content creator is good, right? If it's a person like Nick Ricardo, for example, DSP, who that I've been watching for years, Kit, no, because Kit I'm listening to him audibly, not visually. It's cool because with Kit, Boga, we watch the comments. Okay, so this is how this video, this upload reactive video, right? And there's something where there's not a lot of views, and there's not a lot of comments, and I will not watch a video. Because I'm not sure. So it's kind of a warrant of success. If a successful video is successful. If a successful video isn't successful, then you don't know that it's successful because you don't know it's successful. I think we are all chasing success. May it be through the screen or may it be in personal life, right? I had this is a long story, but I met my ex on social media 3 days ago, and we started talking. And she was one of my first girlfriend, but she was a broken mess. I was a broken mess, so we kind of really got that. Now I'm doing much better. She's still a broken mess. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't know that you were still a broken mess. Maybe I would have not talked to you if I knew. Which made me feel like an asshole, but that's just true, you know. So yeah, so now that you guys are getting more involved in the channel, well, and I heard that you guys are getting involved, yes. Because we're really coming in. I'm gonna talk with you guys. I had a person, Kate Lee, fucking love Kate Lee. She's so nice. Her mom reacted to my video. And her mom reacted to my video. It was the first reaction to my video ever made. And the first... And I noticed I didn't know how you guys would react. The fact that you guys are vocal about what you want or what you don't want is a blessing. Would you like more fart, less fart? You know, it's a blessing. It is a blessing, because I don't know what you want. Now, ultimately speaking, it's funny because I have talked with Janice. Janice is one of my best friends. And he's like, you're inspiring me to make content. And I'm like, bro, there's a lot more people that are, there's a lot of people that are way more inspiring to than I am. I said, no, but you do what you want. And I'm like, you're kind of right, right? I don't know if the comments are going to be a good thing or not, but... Well, because, why is it going to be a bad thing? Well, because, for example, I can feign ignorance. So my father, he put me in trouble. So I did this thing that, that, you guys have been asking the government for financial aid to pay, it's not a total financial aid. It's when you work, but you don't work enough, and you don't make enough. They help you. It is a financial aid to pay its worker. They do it a lot for young couple that are going to school or working. And then my father made me write down that I had invested some money, which I did. I did invest some money. Problem is, the money that we invested, I'm gonna be able to do that shit before 2027. So because I wrote that, it's like, okay, well, you're not eligible, you have too much money. And then we went to the store. We went to the office, to the store, I guess. And they told me, yeah, but you're not touching it for 2 years. It's not something that you have in your own hand. So they said, would you be eligible? Well, not enough, not right now because your demand has been cancelled, but still. You know? So I could have said, hey, I didn't know that I had that. For example, the comments, I could have said, hey, I don't know that I was doing that, that was wrong. Now if I know and I don't change, that could be seen as laziness or stubbornness. Yes. Um, we'll see. Is it positive and say thank you. Thank you. And I think I saw you in my life, darling. Toot 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 toot. Why is PB no cash so good? Every punch down on the road is all of the line. I'm giving in to anyone. Can any walk away? Okay, so now what we're gonna do is relic. No perks. Ban perks. Auto pick. Uh. Okay, good. Well, I'm wasting here with anyone who washed it all away. Tumbling Kishabaying Shingeku no Kyojin. Okay, so doing well, having a wonderful day on this 18th August 2025. Once again, your boy with the last second to do a recap. I got 32% of batteries and a whole lot of time for fuckeries. So what I'm gonna do, as simple as me and you, is we're gonna be doing some recap of a show called Prison. 90 Day Fiance, no. 60 Days In, couldn't be closer. Love and Lock Up, I don't know if there's love in this show. But we're doing Prison Break, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, legend status. We opened the page that I needed, so no need for everything. Now, just to let you guys know, we are season 2, episode 1. Donde están? Pretty good. So without further ado, let's get this shit started. I gotta say, I don't remember where we stopped yesterday. I'm hoping that we did. And we did Le Transfert. Once again, you guys know that my Netflix in French. Le Transfer. While Killer Man and Hale are insisting on transferring Michael, this Michael is trying to win some time to put is the first part of his plan to test the first time plan of his plan. I got 20% battery, so I'm thinking I can do episode 1, episode 5 and 6. Opening scene is Joanne, more tattoos, and it's the importance of how important it is. So this is brilliant. First scene, Kellerman and Hell, the two governmental agent, if you need to be too precise, which you do, okay, cool. They're the two federal agent that we know. Talking to the Pope, then the Pope, you can see me after I got more, I'm more in a good mood today. Last couple of days I had a fight with my parents, so not in the best of mood, but hey. Um, this belongs in the past, and what belongs in the past, you know what? What belongs in the past belong in the past, and you should be happy that such things belong in the past because that means that they're done, and because they're done, you can move on. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try to gain some time, and you guys won't even notice. You guys won't even notice because I have to do something, and I forgot to do it. So apples and bees are filled with mercuries. This is not a scientific fact. It's just a guy that's trying to put on an act, not a theatrical act like Hamlet and Shakespeare, but a one simply born of despair. We're gonna be doing this and that, hoping to get this and that. We need to do it 3 times. You remember the lines, and then we'll be good. For what? For nothing. Because here lies something. We know it's tier 10 because we did it with the sword. So let the shield begin and our story end. There you go. We do this because today is the end of the season. June break. Okay. So yeah, so they're talking to the Pope. Now, what is kind of cool is they're trying to blackmail the Pope with what? With Toledo. So when in life, last episode, let's talk about Toledo, we still had an idea. What is that? Planting a seed to cultivate later. Doesn't matter if it's a later episode. Doesn't matter if it's the next episode. You still plant the seed. So when you say Toledo, I know that something happened there. That was kind of something, somewhat. So we have Jenna Brucey. You see that Michael is there with Lincoln. Now, the funniest thing is, you don't say por qué, but nobody knows that Lincoln is the brother of Michael. Squirt, El Toronjo, you better drink from Mexico. Well, I would like to open up a scuba dive shop. Gonna reference you're a handsome devil. If you didn't get that, have you even watched Prison Break, bro? Come on. So John Abruzzi says, "Hey, and I want to work with him." Now, this is the kind of cool part, and this is why yo amo mucho Sucre. Sucre is there. Sucre is one of the guy that doesn't have problem with anybody. John Abruzzi. I'm always gonna say this because it's season 1, episode 1. Cringiness. It's like, no, I don't want to work with. No, I don't want to work with Lincoln. And then you see Asuka. What's up, dog? No, he doesn't say what's up, dog, but it's just like, okay, Asuka is there, cool. Now, there's possibly a part of that is, how do I say this? There's possibly a part of that is the fact that they're Sally. So that kind of make more sense. We got the Warren or the Pope and the cell, and we don't know qué pasó. So yeah, so the thing that's going on here is, guys, remember the 2 agents were like, we don't want Mr. Michael in your prison. You're going to move it. I don't know why I went to Russian. I think I missed Mother Russia or the KGB. And he's like, yo, Michael, what you not telling me? And Michael's like, I don't give a fuck, I'm a badass. So he didn't answer. Which makes the whole scene, sorry, a bunch of nothing. So the Pope says he's gonna be transferred tomorrow, and then Michael's like, yo, what am I supposed to do? The next scene, however, is kind of nice because we're seeing the Warren and we're seeing the Pope. Um, we're seeing the same person who's taking a picture of Toledo. Now, what happened in Toledo is the fact that he killed his own son. But the son was a criminal. His son was in a prison, and Warren was like, yo, you're causing problems. There's a cricket right there. It is 2:50. A bit early, bruh. There's a neighbor watching. I think I'm crazy, but hey. If you think I'm sane, that makes you insane. Right? So a bit of a church, and it's kind of cool because you got Link, who was there and says, "Yo, I'm really religious." So you got Michael. It's like, "I want to talk to my brother. This is the only place." What a bunch of. If I was the priest, I'm like, "Hey, in the back, can we stop talking?" Just like that. We got a cool scene between Link and Michael. So what they're doing here is kind of como si como sa. So why is it como si como sa? Is como si como sa because you feel again it is pushed. You're pushing a narrative. You don't need to prove that Lincoln and Michael were close when they were kids. You don't need. So okay, you're gonna need to because there's gonna be a scene later on how Lincoln was a great brothers, right? Um, so kind of need to put a scene as what you're close, but at the same time, this scene is kind of pointless because you could have just put a scene where they're super close in prison. Now, this is put a scene in because Michael said, "Don't worry," and you get a flashback to his brother saying when his mom died, "Don't worry." What you get? What you get? You get Veronica and Nick Fuentes. This is why you remember the name. You don't remember names from Prison Break because they're clever. You remember because they're freaking. What should we call that? They're super easy. Like teabag. Criminal. We call them teabag. You know who else a teabag? The guy from Walking Dead. The guy who was killed. So you got John Abruzzi, and it's like we need to. It's kind of nice because John Abruzzi kind of wants to get his payback, which is super cool because it's like, oh, you kind of owe me stuff because you made promises. And it's like, well, I'm getting transferred. The fuck am I supposed to do? You know. And then John Abruzzi, which we saw how bad he is, could have taken Michael and said, "I'm gonna force you to do it," but it's like just like, okay, yeah, I get it. You got Michael, and this scene is so cool. So this, I work in a workshop. I used to work in a workshop. I've worked in workshops, and this is Michael going to Mr. Baby Cooper. Now was that cool? Because it's kind of cool because it's kind of guy to see like, okay, well, the Pope is kind of like a boss. I've been working a lot lately too, which is great because money, 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 and Michael in here is kind of like a new worker. When you see the union rep and say, "Hey, the boss of the company," doesn't make me feel welcome. Like, oh, this is what she has to do. And in this one is it's super cool because Michael knows that he's been there for a while, and you know that DB has some privilege. For example, he has a cat. Now the cat was a grandfathered thing, which means it happened more than 10 years ago, and nobody's gonna do this right now, but him. And that means when the time comes, this is super cool. This is super cool because this is my favorite. Eres mi preferat moment. So DB is like, yo, you put emotion that you don't feel good about the change. You put emotion because you're sick and they'll have you 3 days. And then it's super cool because look what he tells Sucre. This is one of my favorite scenes. And I have a lot of them, so you're gonna watch it and say thank you. Look at this, look at this. You put emotion. The, this is cool. You buy it, the friendship. And this is why Prison Break is really good. You don't really buy the friendship between Michael and Abruzzi, but they're not really friends. You buy it between Sucre and the other one, because you need to buy it. So what is that? What happened? What happened here? What the guard fight? Okay. So they fight because they took a bar of soap. So you can have the mold of the key. So you got Michael, and this is what I love. Michael is you see in the map. He has a map on his own body, but he's exploring a lot. Why? Because he needs the map. He needs to identify.
Like for example, they change a couple of things you need to see, right? Um, there's a whole last moment where you learn why Michael had a plan, and it's so good because he's been transferred to Fox River, and his company, because he was an architect, they made a plan for Fox River, which is great. So we got more of the what call it, the scene. This is super cool because you know that guy, right? He's the guy from um, Fireplace 99. He has hair in this one. I didn't know only he had hair. Just to show how old the show is. So what exactly happened is kind of like a really cool scene if you ask me. Um, make so Lincoln says no, I didn't do it. So you can basically see that he shoot the gun. So in the footage you see Lincoln. Okay, so you don't see Lincoln shooting. You see him holding a gun and you hear him shoot. So they added two things to this. They photoshopped two things: lights of for the gun and a sound of the MB5. Now the cool thing here is that he comes in and he's like, I don't need to. How can I put this? He comes in and he's like, I don't remember what he says exactly, but he's basically saying like that gun, because of this echo, because of everything in the sound, it was recorded in another piece, in another place, which means that the sound, if it was in a garage, wouldn't sound like that. Which is the proof that the footage was doctored. If the footage is doctored, you can allow it in a court case. So this is really, really odd. However, he said, Fuentes is like, yo, can you testify? It's like, I'll need the original. So I love that the Pope tells Michael, you're thinking like an old inmate. So then they're talking, and it's nice because the Pope and Michael are talking in a way where, how do you say that? Like, okay, let's put it that, right? The Pope made a decision that he's gonna be transferred, and then you see Michael and the Pope talking, and like, okay, well, they're really close. And that's possibly why he changed his mind. So we have the supper, the government employees come in to pressure the Pope into being there. But then he's talking about Toledo, right? And you learn, okay, so you learn what really happened in Toledo. So this is crazy. So the Warren, like I said, he protected his kid, and his kid was his own son. But he didn't know that he was his own son. They had different names. So what happened is the Pope had a relationship with someone who gave him a son, and later on the Pope discovered like, yo, this is my son, and he's in jail, so I'm gonna try to protect him. But as a Warren, he did two things. First of all, his kid got killed, right? And he was kind of not behind it, but he could have stopped it. He didn't. And second of all, he's like, I knew that was for my kid, and didn't tell my wife. So that's why he wants to. This is why he's doing this, or he's afraid of this. So he takes the demand of Michael and puts it in the. He puts it in. What should I call it? It sucks, bro. It sucks because I watched it yesterday and I'm supposed to remember, but I don't. You put the paperwork in the you know when you break paper, when you put paper in a machine like a bzzz, and then your paper is completely destroyed. First of all, the is. So we got Sarah and Lincoln together, and Sarah learns that Michael is his brother, and then he said, "Why didn't you tell me that he was his brother, and that he was your brother?" It's like, "Oh well, we weren't really close. We weren't really close growing up. We separated a lot." And Sarah's like, "Okay, well, this is why." See, this is insane because Michael comes in, and this is why Sarah's a great character, because people are like, "Okay, well, there's something to Michael. He shouldn't be in jail. There's something why. There's a reason why he's there." And Sarah learned that Lincoln is his brother. So then she figured out that Michael kind of wants to see his brother. That's why he's in jail. So it's actually quite a nice scene. It's actually quite a nice scene. Mm, that's pretty much it. You got Michael and Sucre, and this scene is kind of important because Sucre asks for details. Then Michael's like, don't worry about that. I'm gonna take care of it. So why is that important? Later on, Steepak's gonna come into the group and gonna tell Sucre, he's like, yo, how much is Michael telling you really? Do you trust him? So you need to install a moment where Michael isn't honest or transparent with Sucre. That way, when Sucre is doubting if Michael is honest, it makes sense. And feedback is like, does he really tell you everything? Or is like, you don't need to know that, the less you know, the better it is. We get into Sucre's head. But I do trust Michael, because Sucre's not a good liar, first of all. So, the Pope tells his story and how he couldn't help his son because his son was a criminal, and he was so glad that he was gone, but he's my son and I love him. That's important. Veronica, we wanted to see the original file, and we were the file that they showed by water. And they showed by water not too long ago. So this is kind of insane. Um, that's pretty much it. Got Alex looking for Michael, and he does account, and Michael isn't there, so kind of nuts, and he doesn't know what to do. And he said, "We'll run." However, Michael is behind that, and he tells them that Michael is still. Uh, this is the warden office, right? So we know that Michael was back there, but he wasn't. So this is kind of ridiculous because we know that Michael escaped, and the craziest thing is they're having cars, they're looking for a runner, but Schofield would have not escaped alone. He would have brought Sucre or somebody else, right? So Michael wanted to go in because he was going to be transferred, so he kind of had to hurry up. But then he's back, and then he asks the Pope, "Hey, please help me. Please help me. We need 3 weeks to fix that. I can do it before the birthday." Okay, so that's pretty much it. So they came in the house of Veronica, and they took the doctored file. So the file had proved that that it was doctored. They took it, so they don't have proof anymore. Which is stupid because why not bring it to the police right away? Stupid. Then Sucre is like, he tells Michael, like, what we're gonna do, Poppy? Doesn't say Poppy. Michael's like, we're done. And then he has a confirmation that he could have done it. He could have done it. Anything that was out to do could have been done, which is super, super nice. So then Michael does the best thing he could have ever done. And it's very, very sweet. Very, very sweet. Michael takes the nail and he needs to open the thing, the screw, give it to Sucre, and he gives the name of the informant for Abruzzi to Sucre. So if Abruzzi come in and wants to hit Sucre, Sucre is protected. They lead him to a transfer, but the Pope saved him. And he's like, no, he's not being transferred. So then the Pope tells his wife everything, which is kind of cool. We got the consequences of everybody. For example, the Pope comes in, he tells his wife. Then on the next scene is cameraman comes in and he tells the boss, and the Pope did the right thing. Sorry again, it's kind of complex because I'm not saying everything, but at the same time, I watched this yesterday and I forget already. So in episode 6, Riot Drills and the Devil, Michael is trying to gain some time and cause a lockout, um, which evolved into a riot. Um, Kellerman is charging he's charging somebody to kill Lincoln. Like, if the Pope is not gonna kill Lincoln, I'm gonna kill him. I need to kill him right now. So he goes in, Kellerman comes in, and he had one of his old co-workers. Not explain that he's a co-worker, but they used to work together. And he's like, yo, I need you a favor. And it's like, I'm not gonna help you. And then he said, okay, well, I have some emerald on me, and you're an extra addict. I would charge you with possession. That's pretty much it. So we got more. Michael. Michael says, "I need more time." Michael said, "The thing that I need to do, I won't out of time. The fact that I come back The time it takes me to come back, the time it takes me to go, I'm not out of the time that I have. So it's like, how can I have how can I have a riot? And as soon as it tells them like, yo, take out the AC and take out the AC and you'll get it. If you take out the AC, all will be fine. Michael is super smart. He does a tattoo of the devil, and if you put the horns, it'll give you four places where the wall is weak. And you take this out, you're done. So Nick Fuentes comes in with Veronica. It's not because you learned that Nick is a informant, so this sucks, which is possibly why he didn't have a tape. So Veronica's pushing it, pushing it, pushing it, pushing. But you know that Fuentes is kind of trying to stop her. Not trying to stop her, they're trying to at least slow her down. So the prison guards comes in and he tells Michael, and once again, it's too close, right? It's tough because he tells him like, yo, there is no time for me to work. I'm not gonna be impossible. And the more we wait, the more behind we are, right? So Jenna Brucey comes in, and what is super cool is you kind of come in, and this you listen to the conversation. The conversation is one of the Kellerman who asked Lincoln to get killed. So then Sarah told him, I'm talking about your brother, which means that she cares about Michael in this way. And it's super cool. You get the crew of CPAT, right? And they're doing more. They're doing more. So for example, right here they got a potato matcher. It's $100, right? Now, what is also super insane? You see, bring it in emotion, right? CPAT is part of it. You got the next scene, which is Theodore Bagwell, who is back, right? And he has a new cellie, which is this guy. This guy's gonna be super important because he's gonna end up being a moral. Um, so Theodore is a bad guy, but he's not the worst guy. No, he's horrible, but he didn't do anything to people. For example, he's gonna take it out on the new guy. He doesn't take it out on Michael or on Brucey. So whenever he does something, it's kind of his business. The small guy is gonna make it Michael business. Um, then Michael comes in. He's really what do you call it? Exploring the tunnels, right? Veronica and Fuentes they come in and they talk to Lincoln and they say, "Yo, we know that you didn't do it. Do you know why somebody would want it dead? Do you know why we would want you dead?" It's like, no, I don't know. The guy came in, offered me a large sum of money just to be there, just to be able to frame me. Now we literally learned that their father is part of it. Now we got Sucre coming in and telling, yo, it's really warm outside. It's really, really, really warm outside. And you kill the AC, but you also turn on the surface, the furnace, sorry. So Theodore comes in, and this is cool because this is how you kind of imply that Theodore's an important inmate. Because he comes in and it's like, yo, this is very warm in here. Want the AC? And there's a crazy cool scene where we know that Theodore's a racist. We know that he's well, not the guy, but the character. I have to charge a phone. I have to charge your phone, otherwise it'll close and I won't be done. So it's something is wrong. It's not a big deal. Something. I'll be okay. Diet pills, surgery, Photoshop pictures in magazine, telling them how they should be. It doesn't make sense to me. 'Cause everybody wants changes. So for example, when I feel there's a racist, or two guys are racist. So when he tells this, there's this inmate that's black, but when he came in this morning, he was white, which is kind of crazy because as prison racism, those things that inmates are in the same position, you know, get out of here, they kind of put themselves together, and that's kind of cool. Another thing as they becoming in, you got more Bennett and Sarah. Now this makes sense because they do a flashback episode soon, and the flashback is how Bennett kind of had a thing for Sarah. So now we got a scene. The problem is there's three police and there's 7 people. There's a lot of inmates, so they create a lockdown, right? And T-Bag is going there, so he's provoking out, you know, Raymond. He provokes too much. T-Bone. So T-Bone shoots the riots, and he goes in and he shoots up the what's it called? The country pets, right? And then they find peace, and then they have access to the purging, which is insane because there's so many more inmates than other people. And they cool. Yes. So we got more of the Veronica Lincoln, right? Lincoln says you don't have shit. You're not really good. And he's like, yeah, but you have to do something. So it's cool because these scenes are kind of worthless. So they tell Lincoln that hey, you got nothing, you got nothing, you got nothing. But however, it does show that they Lincoln has a plan for the background. Now, I would like to see, I would really like to see Lincoln going back to Michael, getting information and saying Michael is dead, where because Sarah could actually get people around. But there's no message. So the whole thing is they do find the keys and then have a riot. They go in the infirmary. Um, the importance is given to Sarah Pinkney and the daughter of a vice admiral or something super important, and she's in danger, so the priority goes to her, which again, saving a talks over, so it's something insane. Um, this is a very cool scene, a great scene. Also, is Lincoln is stuck with this guard, right? Now, why is that a cool scene? Because he apologized, and Lincoln said, "Don't apologize. It makes you look weak." We talked about that before. So Lincoln is very much taking care of the guards, and instead of seeing winning riots, and instead of joining the riot or the prisoner, right? He goes in and like, yo, Zach, I'm gonna help you out. Now, kind of crazy because on one hand he's trying to help out, and on the other hand he's trying to escape. So Michael will have his tattoo, and he put the four the bombs and four things. They have this whole prison, and the funniest thing is the guy says, "Yo, I don't have the salary to do it." So they're going for Sarah Pinkney. Why? Because they're possibly just from. So that's pretty much it. They're showing the X, they're showing the wall. Then one of them goes in attack form, but the father of Sarah Pinkney says, "You need to save my mom." And that's something that's working really hard. Really hard. Kind of cool because the tattoo of a prison break is insanely smart, right? And more so, you see this, but you also see a very cool friendship scene between Michael and Sucre. He's like, yo, all that stuff. It's like, okay. We got Tio, who attacks the guard that was helping Lincoln, and then you push him into Sucre and Michael's cell. When you push him in Michael's cell, you see that holy shit, there's an escape. Knows about the plan. People are going to get Sarah. They're just like, yo, we need to get to her. We need to get to her. We're going past her. Jenna Bruzzi, and that's what I love. Jenna Bruzzi goes in, and instead he's trying to kind of protect Michael and Sucre. Don't say shit. Now he has intent. He has like, yo, I've been asking of you guys, but it's more so like, don't fuck it up for these guys. Then I appreciate Sarah does a Shanks which is kind of insane. And this is the end of the episode. The end of the episode is actually pretty cool because we see the main character goes in. Sarah, she's stuck in a room. Got Lincoln who's following Turks. Because the guy we saw in the video say, hey, follow me, I'll show you Michael. You got Teabag and Brucey fighting. And you got Michael and Susan saying, yo, just what do you see? Inside the building. The biggest problem is the police guard is there, so he's about to escape. Um, this problem is that Team said we should have to kill him. Yeah, we have to kill him, we have to kill him, we have to kill him. But the problem with that scene is you don't really see what the police did. You don't see what a character like Sufi did, Jenna Lucy is like there's four characters which is Theodore, Michael, Sufi, and Lucy. You got the opinion of Michael, which is good. You got the opinion of Quebec, which is bad. There's one good, one bad. You got two more characters and you don't know. I personally think Sucre will stand with Michael's plan. However, for a brief second. Anyway, until my head too full and too nasty. JB in. No, thank you.
You don't cider very well. She